Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. How are you doing today? I hope you've had a great day so far. It's Friday, the weekend is here, so I hope you've had a great week. I'm back with a reaction. I've tried some different things. I just recently uploaded a reaction to the Rewired Soul's blog, so if you haven't had a chance to check that out, I definitely suggest you go see what he wrote on there. But today, it's a video I'm reacting to. He finally decided to upload, and it seems like he is going to be sticking to his stance about uploading that video about the rapper who had passed away this past weekend so soon, and talking about a cause of death before anyone knew anything. So before I even get into that, because I have a feeling I'm going to go off, if you're new here, welcome. This is Journey to Find K, and I'm Kay. I like to talk about mental health. I like to react to the Rewired Soul because I'm a mental health patient, worker, and advocate, and I want to share my thoughts and opinions plus my experience to kind of go against what Chris puts out on his platform. So if you like my content, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit the bell so that way you're notified every time I post a video. So before I even get into this reaction, before I even get into that, I have an announcement, you guys. I have an announcement. I'm so hype. I'm not gonna lie, I'm hype. I have been invited to collab and go live with another creator here in this wonderful mental health community, and that is the Straight Talking FEDORA chick. I'm going to link her wonderful channel down below for you guys to check out. But yes, I'm going to be joining her on a live. We're going to have a retro react this Saturday. That's December 14th at 2:30 p.m. Eastern, or that's 11:30 a.m. Pacific. And we're just going to sit here, have a retro react to a NICOLE ARBOR video about depression. Not gonna lie, I have not watched it just yet because I'm waiting till I get closer to the stream because I want my ideas fresh. I want my feelings fresh because you guys already know if I feel some type of way, I'm going to share it. So I definitely hope you guys come check us out. I love to see you guys over there with us while we have this conversation, talk about how this video may be problematic, and also just talk about other topics. I know we're going to probably go deeper into like mental health, things like that, and it'll be a great way for you guys to ask me any questions you might have and haven't had the opportunity to. So yeah, come join us. I would love to see you guys there. Again, it's this Saturday, December 14th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific on the Straight Talking FEDORA Chick's channel. Again, I want you to check out her content. She's awesome. She's been so welcoming. So look down in my description box for a link to her channel, okay? So now that that's out of the way, again, I'm so hyped. My first live, I'm a little nervous, but I'm actually very excited because it'll help me and get me out there and have some interactions with you guys and talk to more people. And I know me and her, we already have conversations on Twitter. It's been so great having such a welcoming community, and she's been one of the first ones to reach out to me. So before we get into this reaction, let me kind of break it down for you guys really quickly. This past weekend, the rapper Juice Wrld had passed away. The news broke suddenly Sunday morning. Within 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours, Chris had uploaded a video basically to capitalize off of the fact that this was big news. People were upset, mourning, wanting answers, titled it, "What Really Happened to Juice Wrld?" and proceeded to state that the rapper had passed away from drug use or substance abuse. Either he was recently using or he was in withdrawal. Again, Chris is not a doctor. He has no he's not a medical examiner from what I know. So there was a lot of issue with him uploading as quickly and trying to somehow state he knew how someone had died, even though this was no one he knew personally, anything like that. And again, capitalized off of the pain and hurt that people were feeling. He doubled down on it. He was on Twitter reposting TMZ where they were talking about finding drugs in luggage and things like that, not realizing that those sites aren't really that reputable. I mean, I even said in my video, TMZ is, to me anyway, something where I just think of celebrities and cameras in their faces. I wouldn't use that as a justification for that video, but he doubled down. He did post a video yesterday talking about another YouTuber sharing his concerns. I didn't watch it. You saw the videos I did instead. I reacted to his blog, but now he posted another video and it states how they tried to save Juice Wrld's life. I know it's going to be problematic. I know there's going to be some issues, and I honestly just want to see what they are and share my thoughts and opinions with you guys. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so let's see what he has to say.
So now we have more information about what tragically happened to Juice Wrld. And there's a lot of questions about what is this drug called Narcan that they tried to use to save his life. And as a recovering drug addict myself, and as somebody who has lost many people to the disease of addiction, I don't believe that people should pass away in vain. So in this video,
there's a justification.
How they tried
He's starting the video off great. He is already starting the video off great with little subliminals. I don't think someone should die in vain. No one's saying that, but we're also saying, can you allow people to have the grieving process? Can we wait until we get some more factual information? And I know he's probably going to pull it up in the video. Like right now, he just did another TMZ alleged information. That's not credible. And it's annoying that you continue to think this is credible. You keep saying that you're about people's mental health, right? And you want to teach people about drug addiction. Okay, I get that. But people are very sensitive in their grieving. And you have thousands of people sometimes watching your videos, right? So you sitting here spewing the stuff that you say, you do not know any of these people individually. They could take these as fact, and now you're messing with their mental health. You're messing with their grieving process because you're throwing out information that you have no idea about yet. You're alleging actual results from sites that aren't reputable. I'm going to wait until I hear something from somewhere like maybe a CNN or maybe a local news like LA. I don't know where he was from. I'm sorry. No, he's from Chicago. That's right. Maybe a report from Chicago will come out. His family makes an official statement, something like that. There are ways that you can teach someone about drug usage and educate them without having to capitalize off of someone dying. It's not, oh, I don't want someone to die in vain. Quit trying to sit here and manipulate people like we don't see what you're doing, like we're dumb. Who you are really manipulating, though, are those who are really grieving, those who are really trying to find answers and understanding of what's going on. And what they don't realize is the information that they're receiving from you is from a snake.
With Narcan, but
oh, I felt that. That felt so good.
Out there to understand how Narcan works, how you can get your hands on some so you can potentially save someone else's life. And listen, I'm gonna need help from all of you in the comment section because Narcan is different in different states with the way they give it out and things like that. So if you have experience in your specific state, make sure that you leave some comments, all right?
So I'm gonna give my comment now. For Arizona, I just redid my first aid CPR certification, and I was luckily, because we have to, be trained in case someone does have an overdose. They teach us how to render first aid, CPR, stuff like that. That's all under that umbrella. And out here in Arizona, they just recently made it more available for people to receive Narcan. So at first, it was only available to like EMTs, fire department, police, stuff like that. Now, there are different options. You can actually get it from your pharmacy. They do have a supply there, so you can ask them. Or for like a lot of my clients who are in pain management, they have to go to a pain management doctor to get their certain medications, and a lot of times it's narcotics. They actually will give you a Narcan pen there as well. So if you are on, because they understand it's not just street drugs, it's they're preparing themselves for this opioid epidemic, which is prescription as well. And even though there are a lot of people who are being monitored and regulated by, especially, I'm just talking mainly out here in Arizona, by pain management doctors, they still will give you a Narcan just to be safe. So you have different options. If you already go to like a doctor for some pain medications, even if it's just your primary care, you can ask them for a prescription for Narcan, or just write it out and you can go code, or you can just go straight to your pharmacy. So that's some really great news that I found out, and I wanted to share with you guys if you live in Arizona.
What's up, everybody? This is Chris from the Rewired Soul, where we talk about the problem but focus on the solution. And if you're new to my channel,
sorry guys, my throat hurts, so I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water.
Addiction recovery, mental health. So if you're into that stuff, make sure you subscribe and ring that notification bell. And check it out. This Sunday, December 15th at 3 p.m. Pacific time, we are raising money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. Okay, they are an amazing nonprofit organization, and they are dedicated.
I'm not gonna lie, I had to pause this real quick. I looked them up to make sure they were legit. They are legit. Tim, I was sketch. I'm not gonna lie. I thought maybe they, hit them up for some type of like deal or anything, because I don't put it past them. I'm sorry. I don't trust him. It's hard for me to trust him, but they do look like a legit agency. He might be getting some type of credentialing from them. They have like different trainings for recovery and stuff like that. It is legit, so.
To helping people struggling with addiction, increasing awareness, decreasing the stigma, trying to help change laws and everything like that. And we're going to be talking about some of the laws in this video that everybody needs to know about. But anyways, join us this Sunday for our charity live stream where we raise money for Faces and Voices of Recovery. All right. So yeah, as many of you saw, I was discussing, what happened with Juice Wrld, and now at this time we do know that it was a result of drugs, okay? And my goal is to help people out there because listen, I should be dead right now. I should be dead.
Was it really announced though?
When I got clean, I had a 10% chance of living.
Because he sure did just show like a news clip.
And my alcoholism. All right?
Was it really?
Every single year, tens of thousands of people in the United States, just like Juice Wrld, are dying, okay, from their addiction. So it is crucial. It is absolutely
He feels so good. He feels
so
good. He feels so good. I'm gonna look and see if it was really confirmed. I haven't really been on like other social media. I think I would have seen that it was like on Twitter or something. But I'm gonna look and see because I don't believe him. But he is so justified right now. Look at that face. He's like, yes! Like, he feels so good right now. He feels so good. And it's annoying. It's so annoying. It's so annoying. I don't think he understands why people are so, he doesn't care. And that's what's so frustrating is that he just doesn't care. He doesn't get, as much as he sits here and touts, I'm about mental health and I'm about, substance abuse and stuff like that. What you did that first day, that was the biggest thing that anyone was talking about. The fact that he did it at 2 to 3 hours after news broke, made the title that he did. You played with people who were grieving. How are you showing that you care about mental health when you're playing with people who are grieving? You don't do that to someone who is grieving. When people are grieving, they are looking for answers. They want some type of relief, and you just, here, let me clickbait you into thinking I have all the answers right now. Choose a really easy topic to state that was the issue. I really don't believe it's, I have to check. And if it is, I'll insert whether or not it was confirmed into this video. But he feels so good because he's like, yes, even though I did something so shitty so soon, it came out that I'm right. No, sir, you're still shitty for what you did because you played off of grieving people. You can't sit here and say that you care about people's mental health and try to educate people on drug abuse while trying to educate them, you're messing them up in their mental health.
Information that we
That's not a helper. If I worked with him, like, I swear to goodness, if I worked with him, I could already feel it. I would not. I wouldn't be able to do it. He would be the type of person where you're not right for this field. That's why I said what I said with his Onision video. He should have deleted his channel then. He should delete his channel now. Like, even after this, you still should delete your channel because you did that whole video. And what made me even madder after I sat there and I simmered in it for you guys, for a little bit, you guys. And I was like, how I really know that this man doesn't work in mental health is when you're in mental health, you're a mandated reporter. Anytime you hear anything, even as simple as alleged allegations like the ones going on with Onision, you report that. This man was talking about, and then you just keep building building it up, showing each time how crappy you are. Like, you took advantage of grieving people, and it hits me because I was sad, and I was like, I can't believe it. The second I get on YouTube, that's what I see. And you feel so justified. Look at his face. He feels so justified.
Save more lives. All right. So apparently the story goes that somebody, with Juice Wrld, gave, the authorities a tip that they were bringing in a bunch of drugs. And apparently
to TMZ though, come on.
To hide him so
they're still telling all of this to TMZ.
That's what led to his passing.
Where's the credible?
Right? But
I'm gonna look, you guys. I'm not putting it in here if it's really in there.
Check it out. This is a life-saving drug. I'm actually certified in administering Narcan, okay?
Anybody can be certified in administering Narcan. How are you certified in administering Narcan, sir, that nobody else can do? It's almost like an EpiPen. It's not an EpiPen, but it's there. How can you mess it up? My clients can do it themselves. Their doctors give it to them and tell them, you just boop and put it in you. You're not, just quit trying to make yourself sound bigger than you are, because you're not. Now, again, it could be different in different states, but I'm sorry, out here, my clients get it. I was just taught about it in first aid, taught that you could just go to the farm. So what certification do you need? A pharmacist to tell you how to do it? The heck out of my face. Like,
I went through a whole training.
He tries so hard.
Vegas.
Okay.
So let's talk about
because you chose to.
Opioids affect the brain, what leads to the overdose, and then how Narcan works and how you can get some if you need, all right? Because you might have a friend, a loved one, or you might just live in a city where the opioid epidemic is out of control. So it's good to know, all right?
It is good information.
So, opioids, these are a depressant, okay? When you take these, they slow down your nervous system, and this can lead to a bunch of issues, such as depressing your breathing. The way some people die is from throwing up and then choking on their own vomit and everything like that. Like when I went through the Narcan training, we talked a lot about, how to, tilt the head to the side to make sure that
Was it first aid training? I can't. I can't. Turn aside, like, what? You went to CPR and first aid? So I guess then I'm Narcan trained too. The fuck out my face. I can't.
They don't choke on their vomit, to look for, changes in the color, if blood
circulation. He did a CPR class?
And everything like that, like the signs of an overdose, okay? So what happens when you use opioids is that they often...
Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But what? He took a CPR first... I'm sorry, I can't even say it right. He said it. He took a CPR first aid training class. And, okay. I'll give him... I'm not going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I don't trust a word out of his mouth. But I will say, if that's the case, you guys in Vegas, and you live out there, let me know if you had to take a training class or anything like that. But all I know is I just did mine, a training class. I can't. Ooh. I did my training class 2 weeks ago. And I learned the same thing too. It was called CPR and first aid. I can't.
Narcan is an amazing drug, okay? It's a drug that counteracts
Oh, he lied.
the way that these opioids
Oh, he
work.
lied.
So if you think of your receptors like this, right? Opioids go in there and they're blocking, those receptors, or they're occupying those receptors.
Yes, they block the dopamine receptors in your brain.
Okay? Narcan pretty much instantly pops the opioids out of those receptors.
He's right.
Okay? So that's the way this drug works. Now, there are different ways that Narcan can be administered, all right? One of the most commons is through a spray, all right? Like a nasal
So
spray.
what training did you need?
Right? You can also inject Narcan. During the training that I went through, we had these little things, almost like that they use for, I believe they said it's the same technology they use for insulin and EpiPen. Something.
Oh my God, guys. You guys are sitting here watching this. I literally just said that. He is literally talking about a first aid class. He took CPR first aid. I can't.
Times where you like put it on someone's leg and you go and like
This is why.
And then,
see, this is why I react. This is why, because people out there wouldn't know that there's no. The most common is a spray. It is. And then some people will get that, like I said, like an EpiPen. Like, he took a first aid class and he playing people. Oh, man.
Now, here's the thing. Depending on how much the person used, they might need multiple doses of Narcan. All right, like best case scenario, one hit of Narcan, it frees up those receptors. So when we're looking at someone like Juice Wrld and how it did not save his life, we don't know how much he took, but I've heard of people having to be hit with like 3-4 doses of Narcan to counteract their overdose. All right, so this is a very, very important medication that everybody needs to know about. All right, so
and that's something I'm going to look into too. Like I said, I'll try to insert it into the video if I find anything. And that's also important for people to know. The Narcan only works for opioids. And if it is true that he was using opioids and benzos, it's still a possibility that the benzos were the cause of death as well. I'm not going to put that on him. I don't know. I haven't seen any announcements. If there are any, I'm putting them in here for you guys to see. But that's something he should state as well. The Narcan is only for opioids. It's to help with the opioids. So if you are on multiple substances that could have triggered any of the overdoses, the Narcan could have possibly worked, but it just didn't help Juice Wrld with the benzos, if that's what he was he had ingested. That's important to know.
How do you get a hold of this? Who has this? So in a lot of areas where the opioid epidemic is like a major problem, a lot of first responders are carrying Narcan on them. So we're talking
They've
about
been
like
all over the country. They've been
firefighters.
And that was a big debate, and that was a big thing because a lot of them could only get limited supplies because when it first came out and got on the market, it was so expensive. They were charging a lot per dosage, like the nasal ones or even the shot ones. They were charging, I can't remember, but I think it was more than EpiPens. EpiPens are expensive too. I think EpiPens run almost $100 to $200. It was about that, $300 to $400, I want to say. Don't quote me, but it was expensive. So now that there became more massively produced, different makers of it, it is now readily available to more people. So at first it was just first responders, but like I said earlier, now it's available in a lot more places. In my state, you can go just straight to the pharmacist. Your doctors can give it to you. All you need to do is ask. Because we've been hit bad out here too.
All right, so when someone calls and they go out there, a lot of these people have Narcan on them in case it is an overdose. All right, like nothing bad can happen if it's not an overdose, but if they presume it is, that can save someone's life. Because when someone is overdosing on opioids, like time is one of the most crucial things. All right, so real quick, while we're on the topic of first responders, let's talk about calling when someone overdoses. And this is one of the parts where I said I might need your help in the comment section. Okay, so one of the biggest issues, and this breaks my heart, a lot of people don't make that phone call when a friend is overdosing right next to them because they're afraid of getting in trouble. They're afraid of getting arrested, right? Because they're in possession too. So there are many states, all right? There are many states out there, and you'll have to check.
We are not one of them. You see my state, AZ does not do it.
States where you have protection. So if someone is overdosing in your house and you call, you are immune from anything happening.
Yeah, we're not.
And the reason I say this is because so many people do not know this. All right, one of my best friends just a year or two ago, she had a friend of hers pass away at a party because nobody wanted to make that phone call. One of my friends,
that's sad. And that is one reason why that is such a good law. I wish we had it out here like that, but we don't. Because they will. I've seen it on the news. People will get arrested and they're like, oh, you were with them, bye. I think it's good because that does have more people wanting to help. It's when you're afraid of getting reprimanded, getting into trouble, you know, going to jail, you're not going to try to call, and that's sad, but it's self-preservation, human nature. So I'm glad there's so many states out there. It just sucks my state's not one of them. Fun.
Sober with, part of his story is he was using with friends. They were using heroin and he overdosed and everybody just left, and thank God he survived, you know what I mean? But people are so afraid of getting in trouble. So I try to talk about this as much as possible so you know that you
see, this would have been a good video now though, except for you. I still don't know if it's confirmed or not.
See what the laws are. There.
This is what you could have did. You could have at least waited and do information like this. You're doing this video. We're not dumb. We know you're trying to feel confirmed and like, yeah, I was right. But this type of info is good. It's good at the right time. You still don't know everything. You're still pretending like you had some type of training. CPR first aid, you know, it counts. That's a certification, you know, but it does not justify your initial first video. I'm just letting you, and going to keep reminding you of that. As much as you swear to goodness, the news that you've heard saying, oh, it was this, it still doesn't justify the action of actually uploading the video 2 hours, 3 hours after the news broke, stating why you know, and clickbaiting the title to take advantage of grieving fans and anyone else out there. So we're just gonna remind you of that real quick.
Now, how do you get a hold of Narcan? Like maybe you have a loved one in your house who's addicted to opioids, and maybe it's not heroin, maybe it's prescription opioids, all right? It is always a good thing to have Narcan in the house if someone has an addiction, all right? Now, talking about how to help that person, that is a whole separate video, okay? Like how to help them recover, but always have Narcan. So how do you get your hands on it? This is another thing. Check your states. This also might be for counties as well. There are some areas where you can buy Narcan over the counter, okay? So you don't need a prescription or anything like that. So check. Okay,
we're
so
one
here
of them.
In Las Vegas, just a few years ago.
That's us. So his state must be the same. We're the same. You can buy it over the counter, go straight to the pharmacy, boom. If you can't afford it, that's where I say my clients can get it from their doctor. The doctor can write them a script and they get it. I just was with a couple of my clients where that happens because they take opioids, they're on narcotics. And just to be safe for overdose, because the clients I work with, they have a lot of medical issues and the mental health issues. If you are not feeling well, you feel sick, and you also suffer from depression, for example, your depression is going to make you feel sicker, and just like your sickness can make you feel depressed. And a lot of my clients never understood that sometimes because of that depression that you might be suffering at the same time of you being sick, you don't feel like your medications are working good enough. I had one client where she was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm always still in pain. I've been taking my meds. I just don't feel good. And I was telling her, continue to take it as prescribed, because she had a diagnosis of depression and she was chronically ill all the time. And those play hand in hand. They really do. That's why everyone's moving into that taking care of both mental health and your physical health, because they both go together. Depression can make you feel shitty, just like not feeling good can make you feel shitty, and you're not realizing it could be your depression, so you're thinking my meds aren't working, and then that's how you get an accidental overdose. Take your medications as prescribed. Even if it doesn't feel like it's working, that's where you contact your doctor, because especially if you're dealing with some mental health diagnoses, like I said, for the example, depression, if you are dealing with, if that's something that you live with, that's something that you're on treatment for, make sure you remind yourself that it could be in play. Don't take more than you're supposed to, because that's the dangerous area, to where, like my clients, they end up getting Narcan now from their doctors because they understand, like, hey, more people are doing this because they feel like it doesn't help.
Around the time I went through my Narcan training, they were passing a law where the pharmacies here in Clark County in Las Vegas can sell Narcan over the counter, all right? Aside from that, you might be able to get a prescription. It might be covered under your insurance. If it's through your insurance, I believe, like, a lot of them, they have restrictions, so you can't just like stock up on Narcan. Usually they'll give you 2 doses, whether or not it's like an injection or the nasal spray.
Depends on the insurance.
It really depends. But here's one of the things, and this is why I encourage everybody to go out there and vote and find causes.
And I know out here in Arizona, I work with a lot of clients who are low income. Well, honestly, that's my clients. All of my clients are on Medicaid or Medicare. So I can let y'all know that they do cover it. Out here in Arizona, Medicaid covers it all the way. My client didn't have to pay for anything.
That matter to you and everything, because much like other medications in the United States, like without insurance, they are expensive as hell, all right? Like, I don't know if it's gotten better with the prices of Narcan,
It has.
but like, I remember some of the methods they used to administer Narcan were like for 2 doses, it was like over $1,000. All right, so make sure
500. I said,
into
remember?
that and check on that. Okay.
Well, I said 3 to 4, so it's about 5.
Last thing
I
that
remember.
I'll say, okay, because
It was a lot.
whenever this stuff happens, like, we have to learn from it. All right.
Let me let him finish.
So make sure that you check your area and see if there are any nonprofits that give out free doses of Narcan, okay? So here in Las Vegas, we have a few organizations that do that. So like when I went through my training that this local organization put on, they gave us free doses of Narcan, and it's still in my car. Like, thank God I haven't used it. All right, but like I said, if you have any information on your state and everything like that, please leave it in the comments below and let's have a discussion. Share this video and let's increase awareness about
let's not get you more views and get we're not doing that.
Save more lives.
We're not doing that. Ain't nobody sharing that. No one forgot what you did. None of that stuff. Nope, I don't care about that either. I care about charity, but I don't. We're not gonna share your info just because right now all this was a gloating video, because I guess they confirmed what supposedly happened. So yeah, he had training, which I believe is first aid and CPR. Sorry, guys. The way he played it, and also you're still trash. Like, just because you feel like you can come up on this platform and gloat, you're trying to gloat, like, we get it, your little manipulative words, we gotta learn from this. When things like this happen, you still threw up little clips that stated according to TMZ. So I'm going to go look and see if there was some actual real legit confirmation outside of TMZ of what you're talking about. It doesn't get you off the hook, the fact that you sat here and uploaded that video. You took advantage of grieving people for your personal gain. I had found out too that the only reason you took your ads out the videos because people called you out for being a shitty individual. So I mean, great information. I'm glad you shared about the Narcan. I'm glad you shared about your CPR and first aid training. I mean, you can save lives if you know that stuff, but no one forgot how crappy you are. No one forgot that you sat here and tried to take advantage of a grieving population by naming your video the way you did 2 to 3 hours after. No one's going to forget that you sat here and keep sitting here and referencing TMZ to justify your crappy behavior. It's not going to work. Thank you for the information. We definitely appreciate it. You're still trash. So, but again, you guys, before I even get out of here, remember Saturday, December 14th, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 11:30 a.m. Pacific Time. I can never say Pacific correctly. I will be streaming, going live, collabing with Straight Talkin' Fedora Chick. Her channel is linked down below. I want to see you guys there. I would love to answer your questions. Like I said, we're doing a retro react. I want y'all to sit there and react with us, kind of let us know how you guys felt about the whole video we're going to be talking about. So I really hope to see you guys there. I will be back again with another reaction video for you guys, and I hope you had a great time. So, and if you made it this far and you haven't subscribed, why not subscribe? I would love to see you here again. I appreciate all of you guys so much. Comment down below how you felt with this video, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.